Before 2020, this was Gacha. Dated menus, recycled mechanics, niche, repetitive, but scarily addictive. Then, this happened. It wasn't just a game. It was a cultural reset. But it wasn't just a fluke, or a moment. Genshin Impact became a phenomenon across the entire internet. Launched into a world on pause during the height of a global pandemic, it was the perfect storm. Within 2 weeks, it crossed the $100 million milestone. Streamers, gamers of all kinds, and first-time gacha players were all pulled into the same world. Everyone was exploring Mondstadt, everyone was talking about it, and it wasn't slowing down. Before we continue this tale, let's zoom out. For years, the gacha genre hadn't changed much. Cluttered menus, ugly UI, tasteless and repetitive gameplay. Most games didn't even try to tell a story. They weren't built to be explored. They were built to keep you grinding and pulling. RNG roles chasing dopamine spikes. But I know what you're thinking. Genshin didn't fix all of it. The artifact grind was painful. The endgame, paper thin. And yes, the loop got repetitive. But here's the twist. Genshin wasn't built for min-maxing. Most players never even touched Spiral Abyss. They didn't log in to optimize. They logged in to explore. To walk through Mondstadt, where trees moved, wind rippled through grass, voices echoed off cliffs. It didn't feel like a gacha game. It felt like the first glimpse of something new. A full symphony orchestra. Not loops, not jingles. A score. Recorded in London and Shanghai, to blend Western epic with traditional Asiatic melody. They didn't just compose music. They made you feel like the main character of a myth. And while your friends were grinding dailies, you were just standing still, watching clouds drift over Liyue's cliffs, listening to strings swell as lanterns rose into the sky. The cinematics were massive too. Genshin treated cutscenes like Marvel moments. Dynamic framing, real-time renders, lore bombs wrapped in particle FX. And the characters actually mattered. Every trailer felt like a prophecy, and players didn't skip them. They replayed them. Over and over. The hype became ritual, and the industry noticed. Fast. Because success like this doesn't go unnoticed. It sends a message in the form of a shockwave. Developers, publishers, analysts, all eyes on one studio. MiHoYo rebranded as HoYoverse, a multiverse blueprint to match their ambition. Suddenly, everyone was building the next Genshin. Or at least imitating its systems. Because the formula was too good, it became the market standard. Tower of Fantasy was Genshin as an MMORPG. Wuthering Waves, Genshin with Kuro polish and cracked combat. This year, Netmarble will release 7 Deadly Sins Origin, another Genshin clone. And trust me, the list keeps growing. It got replicated in every format. And it still is, to this day. Square Enix's former CEO publicly expressed regret. For not jumping on Genshin's hype sooner. For not making their own. Budgets exploded. Everyone wanted the same magic. And probably the same revenue. But most clones, they copied the structure, not the soul. The only real outlier is Wuthering Waves. They earned trust one update at a time. Everyone else? They were just chasing a ghost. But even Genshin couldn't stay golden forever. Patches slowed. Events became text-heavy chores. The same dailies. The same resin limits. The grind started to show through the beauty. For many, the magic wore off quietly. Some stopped exploring, some stopped logging in. Some didn't even notice when they quit. They just didn't come back. And yet, the game didn't collapse. Genshin kept growing, but differently. New regions, bigger budgets, global concerts, brand collaborations. The scale increased. But the wonder, it became harder to find. You started hearing the same thing everywhere. I miss early Genshin. Not because of the power creep, not because of the primogems, but because of the feeling that anything could be around the next corner. That Mondstadt sunrise on day one. That first time you heard the music swell. That quiet, sacred moment. When the game wasn't content. It was a place. And maybe that's the real cost of success. Genshin became too big to be small again. It didn't just succeed, it raised the ceiling. New-gen gacha games didn't happen in a vacuum. They happened because someone proved it was possible. That gacha could be a world. That free-to-play could still bewilder you. You can see its fingerprints everywhere. Open zones, full voice acting, cutscenes that don't feel like afterthoughts, vistas that invite you to stay a while. Genshin gave the whole genre a soul, and the ripple is still spreading. Whether you play it now or not, whether you burned out or still clear Spiral Abyss, the impact is undeniable. Genshin changed expectations. It changed design pillars. It changed the players themselves. And even if it never feels like early Genshin again, the world you log into today is different because of it. Genshin didn't just change gacha, it changed what we expect from games. You don't get many of those moments in gaming, not just hype, but hope. Genshin didn't just make money, it made an unforgettable experience. And even if you never play again, a part of you is still exploring Teyvat, still chasing that first spark. Maybe that's the real gacha. You're always pulling for a feeling you had once, and maybe, just maybe, that feeling will come again. If this meant something to you, let it live a little longer. Subscribe and share it with someone you pulled with back then. And in the comments, tell me the one Genshin moment you'll never forget. This was my first try at storytelling like this. An ode to a game I quit long ago, but still remember as one of the best I've ever played. Let me know if you want more of this format. Gacha Fairy, out.